name is Katie. This is Atelier Nekuzuki, and we are going to be working on the things, all of the things, i.e. the welt pockets on the mini traveler sling. And we are very kindly going to ignore my fingernails that have been now like, oh, you can't actually see it on camera. My fingers were like practically black like an hour ago because tomorrow is crazy hair day at my kiddo's school, and it's like, all right, so I tried the conditioner with one second, let me take a photo of this because that's what we're working on next. Anyway, tomorrow is crazy hair day at the kiddo's school or like summer camp, and so my fingers, we tried the conditioner with like, conditioner and the so we tried conditioner with the hair color or food coloring in it, and it didn't work. It didn't actually deposit any color on their hair. So instead I had to go in with the food coloring, and that's what my fingers looked like. It looked like I had just gotten back from a like very disastrous, it's better now, but like a very disastrous Arctic expedition where all my fingers got like frostbite or something like that, or I just climbed Everest, or just dipped them in an inkwell. This is how my youngest's hair turned out. So it worked out really well though. So I was really happy. It looks really fucking cool in person. The blue was not something that we planned, but their hair is so light that I think we'll end up doing a like sunset gradient next time. And then that's my eldest's hair, which has a lot of pink and things in it, and I'll do it'll look better in the like sunlight than the crappy like overhead light in their rooms. So it's gonna look really cool because I put a lot of pink throughout like the ends and stuff like that, and so I'm like excited to see it in the sun tomorrow. So all right, I clipped one of my stitches with this welt pocket, so I'm going to go back in and just stitch over it to like reinforce this. We're actually about halfway through the welt pockets, so I am very pleased with that because I took them upstairs to kind of just trim as I had an opportunity tonight. And since we did try the conditioner in the hair first, I spent about 45 minutes waiting around to see if it would set. The orange color, so it was really weird too with the food coloring into the conditioner tonight, in that the red and yellow for the youngest like separated, so it was like chunks actually in the conditioner, which was really weird. I didn't have that happen last time. And but then it like became like a really bright like pumpkin orange once I like actually got onto their hair and like massaged in. I basically did, right? So the only thing I didn't do was I didn't set the hair with acid dye, essentially. So my bar soap apparently is like really good at taking off the dye, which is nice. So with the youngest, yeah, I could have planned it a little bit better, but I was just like, let's just get some color on here because it is well past their bedtime. What I should have done is combed their hair to their cowlick and then put the blue on, but I'll remember that for next time, because what I really want to do next time is a like sunset gradient, and I think that would look really cool. And I think they'd really like it. They do really like their hair right now, so like I'm good with that. Very happy with that, actually. I'm very pleased with it. The eldest's, they've got darker hair, so it makes sense that the color doesn't pick up as much. But I think it'll look really good. Like I said, in the sun versus like just in the, like I said, the crappy overhead. And I do not know what it dyed under my fingernails. I'm like, I don't think my nails were that dirty. Like underneath was that dirty this afternoon before I started this. But apparently, apparently it got something, or it got like maybe part of the keratin or something like that. That was like fresh keratin. Wonder if I'll end up with like a dark band growing out the whole way while these nails grow out. Oh well, worth it. It will look really bad at the show on Saturday, but whatever. Just means I'm being creative outside the fabric space. I just wanted to make sure that like my hands were washed as best as I could get them, though, to be like, okay, this isn't going to like transfer dye to these bags was my big concern. So far so good, apparently. Yeah, it's pretty smooth night. Came home, had dinner. Actually, well, went to the grocery store and picked up the food dye and some milk. So we'd gotten low on milk. And then picked up the food dye, came home, had dinner. They just like chilled on their iPads while I dyed their hair, which was awesome. At least with like the amount of conditioner that went in their hair, even if color didn't get deposited, their hair is very nice and soft right now. It's like the first time I did my eldest's hair, it turned out really good. Although I think last time it didn't turn out as well as the first time. So I'm like, is it like because it's like old or something or what? And the other thing is I hope that I got some on like my shirt, so I hope it washes out. I think the fact that I'm not setting it is fine, so it should be okay. Anyway. Is this a little bit much for Crazy Hair Day? Yes and no. It's a lot of fun. So it's just like, why not? May as well lean into it. The eldest absolutely adores it. The youngest has been like wanting to do it for months. So it's like, it's not like we're doing it every couple weeks. And even at that, we might start doing it every like few weeks anyway, just because they both really enjoy it. So we'll see. But the eldest had asked for rainbow, and if I'd known it was actually going to be that easy to just like apply color via my fingers, which next time I will make sure I have gloves. Yeah, they could have actually very easily had a rainbow, so I'll remember that for next Crazy Hair Day, and maybe we'll practice it between now and then, just to make sure they don't get like too muddied or anything like that. Again, we're not bleaching the eldest's hair or anything. The youngest has like platinum blonde, so it is going to be interesting to see how long it takes for that to wash out. But yeah, the eldest has like in between that and my hair color basically right now. They're like dark blonde, I would put it as. Virgin on brown. Heck, I'm curious what it would do to my hair at this point, because it would definitely give it a pink undertone. Although I do have my like actual pink wash from when I still had pink hair. So I think my hairdresser said that if I even washed it with that, it would end up like basically depositing color, because it is a dye. So maybe I should try that first. And then I think tomorrow we're going to do a bunch of like, last few times for the eldest I've done like basically a hedgehog head, which is a bunch of like tiny little ponytails everywhere. Their hair might be a little bit long for that, so maybe we'll do like braids and stuff like that. I don't know, we'll figure it out exactly how we're going to do it. So right now we're just going through and trimming all those pockets that I had marked earlier, and then I think we'll get to the point of what I want to get done tonight, if time allows, is I want to get through all of this, which that definitely we're almost done actually. And then the next thing that I want to get done is the pressing of all the pockets. And if I can, I would really want to get the zippers taped in tonight. I accept the fact that I will not probably sew them, but I really want to get them taped in so that tomorrow morning what we can do, or what I can do, is I can just come straight down into the studio and we just straight to sewing instead of having to do any prep work or anything like that. Yeah, I saw hair chalk on Amazon last night. How's it like? But I also saw mixed reviews about it on the darker hair and stuff like that. So that was one of the things. And then it might be a bit heavy, but I guess it really doesn't matter when they're a kid. It's not like there's you're gonna do them trying to stand up or anything like that. Oh, that would be fun with the youngest. Is I probably could do a mohawk or something like that. I'm actually gonna wait to warm that up because we do have a few more, too many of these to cut for that to just sit there taking energy. The other thing is that I was reading that it's don't put it on in the rain, because of course it washes it out, and it's supposed to be raining tomorrow. So I was like, okay, I'll stick to the food coloring this round at least. Yeah, that's kind of the gist I was getting, and that's I think as much as it's I think the food coloring will be a bit more difficult in the eldest's hair, but at the same time, it's I think tomorrow once it gets hit with some natural light, and especially if it's sunny, actually it's gonna look really good. So, but it's because we're not lightening it, it's just always gonna be darker. So they were super disappointed when they went into the washroom because I rinsed the conditioner out, and they're like, it's not pink, and I'm like, I know. Probably would look a bit pinker if I dried it, but I was just nah, we're just gonna throw this food coloring on instead. So far so good. Dahlia or Flynn, hey. They're over there scratching in one of the calic shelves. Why? Why do you need to be this way? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? 7 or 8 left, it looks like. Woot, including these ones. So that's pretty good. So many Welts pockets, so many Welts. That's how I ended up nicking that corner, so let's hope that that doesn't happen on this side. There we go. Trim this way. Cool. 1, 2, and ooh, so I started Descendant of the Crane, I think. Joan He. Can't remember. They pronounced it at the beginning of the book, and I was like, I started a while, like about 10 days ago or so, though. So, and I haven't touched it since. So I'm gonna blame it on faulty memory for now. Anyway, not a smut book. As far as I can tell, it's YA, I think. Based on the characters' ages, it's YA. I can't remember though, so don't quote me on that one. It has been on my like TBR or to be read or whatever you want to call my audiobook list for a while, and it's so far really good. I'm enjoying it. So I was listening to that while I was like doing these upstairs because I was like, yes. What is it called? Descendant of the Crane, Joan. I think it's Joan He. Ooh, nice shiny ring light. Let's see if this will actually... maybe. There we go. Descendant of the Crane by Joan He. Yeah, so far so good. It's going to be interesting to see where it actually goes. Okay, I think at this point I can just take all of these exteriors. I just realized that we did all of that work to make sure that these were matched up for leather, and now I don't know if they were actually remain in leather order or not, actually. Although it'll be still pretty straightforward to tell at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Yay, 4 left. So when I'm starting the last 2, I'll turn the little press on here, and then we'll start pressing out the welt pockets. Ooh, don't slice the other denim. Whew. Crisis averted. Oh, that's right. I was going to bring a beer down. Oh, well, I'll have a beer afterwards now then. Okay. 1. 2. Yeah, I was shocked how much like color was still coming off my fingers, like 6 washes in. It's just like the bubbles are purple. I'm like, holy crap. Well, definitely make sure I have gloves next time. Last one. Yay. I'm going to trim down these threads. I know I haven't done that consistently on all of them, but these are particularly egregious. There we go. All right, let's start this. So now what we have to do is go in and push all these interior pockets into the exterior, and then we're going to throw them underneath this little press and get them all nice and like pretty. And then it'll be tape and zip time at the end of this whole process. So first things first, we go in like this, and in and around with all of these. Doom, 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 doom. This is lighter denim, so it's not fighting back as hard as some of them, which is nice and not so nice in some ways. It has some extra body. Sometimes it's actually easier to turn it and like get a nicer edge because it's like got body to it instead of being this fairly light denim. The light denim will be nicer to turn at the end, but right now it would be nice if it had a little bit more body than it's showing. Not bad though, and this will be on the interior. Excellent. Yeah, we'll go in with the press and just kind of like relax it into these corners. It's not showing too much on the front. That's more my concern, is that like I don't want a massive amount of fabric showing on the front, and the press will just help it be nice and flat when I go to actually put the zipper in. It'll also make it easier to put the tape in, to be fair. So actually, let's move these for now. Give that leg a little bit of love, or the denim a little bit of love. And these corners as well, because that's usually the big fail point for me for these welt pockets, but you know, it's not bad. It'll be serviceable. All right. I don't think... Yeah, we'll clip it anyway. It's going to be like, I don't think we need to clip this, but no, we'll clip it anyway. Alright, so this is a little bit lighter denim, which is going to be navy cats. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go back in and stack them back up. And I'm going to pop their leather with them as well, because that is going to be one of the last steps we need to do for their fronts, is sew the leather piece in as well, which means I'm also going to do it here, because then I don't have to do any split up of stuff beyond like, you need white top stitching and you need yeah, basically that's actually it. You need white top stitching and you need black top stitching. Alright, pull it out, push it down. Like this. Open up, open up, open up. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, there we go. Next, done. Okay, sushi nickel. If you're kind of like, Katie, why aren't you using your big iron? I don't really know, except that this is like a much more convenient size to have just sitting beside, like on the side of my desk. And that's really the only like real logical answer I have for you. And even that's not that logical, because it wouldn't be that hard to actually just go get my iron. But it's just so eensy weensy and cute. And honestly, the point on it is a little bit better for some of these corners. So there is that. I wonder actually, I think, was it this one or was it the Traveler Sling? She's like, iron everything before you turn it. I think it might have been this one. Let's try that and see. I think it was like, ow. Just gonna finger press the ends here. And then like push it through. Might have been this pattern. I'm not looking at the pattern right now, so I have no clue. But it might help. I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. I'm not going to make it worse, I doubt, so. Actually, I think that did go better. I think at least the push through was easier. All right. That one goes with this navy cat. I think that, yeah, pretty good. Okay. So yeah, let's do a fold, and do you know what would help? Having this all be on this side, rather than having that cable constantly like crossing. And since it's still hot, I can just do the whole finger press of the ends here. There we go. Yeah, cool. That one turned really well. Just a little bit of finger pressing for finesse. And this is paw prints, which means that that's going to be the cat's whiskers one. Oh, I forgot to put leather, I think just with the last one. And these guys. Hedgies are batik, and there's what sitting next, so I may as well do them. Their leather fob. Sorry, I'm out of stories for tonight, so we're just going to kind of have a gentle ramble once in a while when stuff pops into my head. And you can hopefully hear the fabric getting turned out. So a little bit more ASMR stream again. Which I haven't really done this summer, which, well, okay. If I was going hard for another month, we'd definitely be having more ASMR moments. Man, can you imagine what I would be getting done if I had another month before Knit City? Like the number of tote bags and stuff like that we could get done in between now and then is like insanity. Flynn's like, you want a nice quiet stream? I scrim. Hi cat, what's up? Oh, okay. Oh, the cat's isn't a paw print one, it's the bubbles. Okay, so which one is the paw print? Sushi Neko is paw print. Okay, cool. Well, whatever. I'm glad I caught that though before we sewed it into the wrong bag. Like that. All right, you're next. Or at least your pocket is. Well, if and when I start sewing my own clothes and or kids' clothes, I will definitely be able to sew a satisfactory welt pocket. Maybe not perfect, but satisfactory enough for use. It should actually go in. Some of my eldest's clothes could use some pockets. Maybe that's something I should go into and do after Knit City as well, is just like take some seams out and put pockets in instead. Not instead, as well. There we go, that looks better. Okay, Hedgies is done. I don't know why I left it down there then, because realistically it can come up. Then we need squirts, the William Morris inspired fabric. If you're looking at, if you can, I don't even know if you can see it on the camera, but if you're like, oh my god, her nails are gross, it's not actually. It's food coloring under my fingernails from doing my kiddo's hair for crazy hair day for tomorrow. They look like that I had a very bad Arctic expedition, or maybe even an Everest summit attempt. They were just like absolutely black after I dyed there, both the kiddos' hair. But the old, we'd done it before with conditioner and hair dye, or food coloring in the conditioner, and it just did not work. So, went in with straight food coloring and it worked. It just means next time I gotta make sure I have gloves to wear. No big deal. Just because it wasn't even acid dye, it was just it was food coloring. So okay, so I'm not actually seam ripping the stitches, but I am seam ripping that last little bit of fabric that's like a holdover in these corners. I'm gonna see if that makes a difference. It probably will, because here's the thing, I was using my big shears and like they're really good up until you get to the tip of the blade, of course, and then they're not quite as sharp anymore right now because they haven't been sharpened for a while. That is one of the tasks that's on the list in that in between week after Knit City. Actually, I should get my husband to take them, or I'll take them the Monday after Knit City. And actually that helped significantly. Okay, so that's what we're going to do from now on. And I will do that on the remainder of the ones that haven't been ironed, is just if there's any like extra little stitches, just get a seam ripper in there to open them up. Again, not 100% perfect, but definitely improved. And that is fine. It doesn't have to be perfect, just improved. This one, however, it does look like I probably could actually get that fabric mostly pressed within the line, except for the end corners. That's fine. There we go. Okay. Let's do this before I even do any of the ironing or turning. Nice thing is that I can actually stick the seam ripper in and then double check that it's where I want it. Actually, I think I saw that this was a suggestion from a YouTube tutorial for inset or welt pockets like this. And what she suggested was actually going in, yeah, there we go. Go in from the stitch corner and towards the body, because then you're not going to tear into the, or like rip the seam, because you're working away from the seam, or the stitches of the seam, I guess is the better description of it. This looks like it could use a little bit of pressing as well. Just got itchy. What the heck? It's like, okay. Go. Press it through. Oh yeah, that's like laying significantly better than it probably would have before. Cool. Right, well, let's press this side first. This is an extremely light denim, so I'm just gonna work on each side individually. Doom 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. There we go. And then it is nice and like pretty much invisible, which is the goal for the welt pocket. Because realistically, we should not be able to see it. Okay. Now we'll see how this acts with like a thicker denim. This is more like a Levi, like old school Levi weight. Doesn't feel like the more modern weights. goodness gracious. Okay, so there's the hack to like get those welts corners in so well, even with the heavier fabric. All right. I'm glad that popped into my head as a like, hey, this was a tip you saw like last year when you were doing other work. Okay, let's see if I can get the rest of it across here. Success. Wow. Okay, that just elevated it like that extra step. For like, and with minimal effort as well, which is always nice. Go into your corners with a seam ripper and do a tiny little extra effort, and it's going to just elevate your work by a significant amount. For the, like, especially for the amount of effort that it actually is, which is like nil. Oh no, I go in and clean up my corners. Doom, doom, doom. I was so excited about that I totally put this up without its, both of them up without its leather. My goodness, falling behind here. Yeah, so even without pressing, these are like improved by that. That is insane, because basically now, obviously ignore the stuff that's obviously flopping down, but like these end corners, there's like barely any fabric poking through even before I do any finessing of like getting it pulled through and manipulated. That's insane. Now, there's nothing wrong with the ones that I did before this, because they are still like made, but it's like this, just the subtle differences once you've like practiced something or remember tips and tricks. Okay, this one is fighting a little bit, but that's fine. Pretty sure it's gonna be fine. Yeah, a little bit poking out, but that's okay. Just give it a little bit of a press on both sides there. Make sure it's laying flat when it goes down, so it's not like getting crinkled while it's still hot. Sweet. So what was the goal? Get these iron, like, welt pockets all cut, done, and then get them. Hopefully we can get the zippers taped to them without it also becoming too late, because I've got a long run tomorrow, and so I want to make sure that I get the kiddos to school a little bit earlier than I did today, because I didn't get them to school until about 8 this morning, which isn't bad, but they can start at 7:30, so I may as well take advantage of that. Plus we have a lot of work to do tomorrow, because it's like, even if I do get these pockets ready, we still have to also brand all and cut all the logos that then need to be glued on here, and hopefully the cotton webbing comes in the afternoon. and all that stuff. Gotta say, as tired as I was this afternoon, I didn't actually really end up napping, which I'm really disappointed about. I'm like, no, I love naps. Why did you elude me? Elude, not allude. More water. Then it looks like we're down to, what is there, 9 brown? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. Oh, no. Yeah, 9. So 15 more bags. That means that we're like the next one's the halfway point. I was like, wait, I need to breathe at some point. My body's like, no. Can't breathe when you're drinking water. Go. Doom, 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 doom. Ooh, I know what to suggest for Caroline. So Caroline got some of the actual, like, William Morris print when we were in Japan, because they had a bunch come out. And we had talked about a tote bag. She's like, I just want a tote bag. And I'm like, no, do you know what would look really good with that one? Because it's a larger format print. Is the larger traveler sling, probably. I'll have to chat to her about that. Because both of us obviously keep forgetting about it. And so it's like, I still have the fabric stain in my stash waiting for her to, like, or waiting for me to make something out of it. But that might be really fun. Or like a backpack or something. Could do like a prototype or a backpack for her. Now she's mentioned that that would be good to add in, although I don't really think that a handmade backpack is maybe the best thing to put into production right now. Just time-wise, it becomes really expensive really quickly. Just realized I don't have the baby monitor on. Oh well, if they're really, really, really upset and need me, I will hear them. There we go. Very nice. Work some of that crease out that was in there. Hey, Flynn. What's up? Hi. All right, so now the question is starting to become, just what will I get done for Saturday? Yeah. Since we're down to the final countdowns here. And then the question after that is just what will I get done for Knit City? Because there are a lot of small box bags calling my name right now. They're over there like, Katie, you should sew us. And I'm like, not today. I got these guys to finish first. At least it's not too loud of a demand yet. One side seam ripped. Two side seam ripped. This is a grumpy denim. Grumpy denim. Grumpy denim. No, it's just thick denim. Doesn't appreciate being seam ripped, apparently. Especially against the grain. With the grain, not so much. Against the grain, all hell breaks loose. You just couldn't see the demons that jumped out behind me, that's all. Alright. Shove the pocket through. Shove the pocket through. Let's actually see. So this is the first one that's like really truly thick denim since I started doing the seam ripping. Oh my goodness gracious. I think that's probably going to be about as perfect as you can get it. Especially with this thick of like fabric on the exterior. Look at that. Just a tiny peep through on those ends, which, yeah, whatever. Okay. 1, 2, because there's 2 of these kitty cats. 1 and 2. Hey, sweet. That means we're down to like 10 more. Well, 10, 12. Hey, it broke. It's like, you want me to hold what now? There we go. 1 and 2. So down to like 12 total. That's exciting. Much excite. 2. Actually, that one got pretty good into the corners. So that's probably why it ended up clipping the corners. Whoops. Either I cut too much black leather or one of them's missing. More likely one of them's missing its piece. So now into the brown leather. Or maybe one of the black leather ones ended up on the bottom or something, or mixed in with the brown leather. Who knows? I obviously don't, so. Only the bag that's currently cackling at me because it doesn't have its leather, and I'll be like, well, how? Or, well, this random little piece of leather that I'm like, well, where is the bag it's supposed to go with? I said that, and I didn't even go in and clip the brown leather onto the capybara. Aha, okay, now it is. Coffee. Literally. Cranky pant legs. Oh, man. Went very smoothly. Actually, when I went to turn the baby monitor off last night, all I could think of was that really short stream Andrea, where it was like, yeah, they haven't been feeling good, and I'm worried that they're gonna throw up again. And then it was suddenly like just like what 9.5 minutes in, and all you could hear over the baby monitor was this poor kid just like throwing up in their bed. All right, I'll see you later. Still remember your comment on there being like shortest stream ever, and it's like, yep. I think that was such a big improvement in the pockets. I am actually going to dig through and find the ones that we didn't open the seam up on completely and just open up its seam, because yeah, it's like I said, such a small thing to do, but it's got such a big impact on the actual like exterior aesthetic of the bag. So hang tight while we go back and do those after, well, last two are here, and then we'll also find whichever one hopefully still needs its leather tab. Hopefully. Maybe. Maybe I cut too many. I doubt it though. Wrong side. Big side first. Actually. So, I'll divide these up into the ones that need to be like white top stitched, because that's what's going to happen after the tape. I guess we could just do the tape too. Yeah, I've already started. That is dark. Yeah. We'll do it as we're doing zippers. So let's flip the pile over, because that's going to be actually the easiest way to figure out which ones of these need this like zipper TLC, like this one. I think it's going to be pretty obvious once I actually start looking for it. And I don't I hope I don't need to like turn these completely back out. No, I do not. Okay, good. I just have to kind of like lift the corners. And then honestly, it should be pretty straightforward. Get them to lay back down where they're supposed to be. Okay. And considering that we started this seam ripping process from the corner before the halfway point, that means that we're on a positive split. Negative split. As long as I can get my seam ripper in these corners. Really don't want to have to turn the like pocket back out. If I can avoid it. There we go. Again, not looking for perfect, just looking for improvements, and that is vastly improved. That's insane. I'll show you the before and after on the next one, because yeah, that's nuts. This isn't even that heavy of like a denim, so I wouldn't think that it would make that much a difference. Again, not like perfectly tucked in, but whatever. Okay. So like this is the interior. You can see that there's like wrinkles here, and like it's definitely gapped on the exterior, like it's hanging out over here and all of that, right? Not a big deal, like really, but based on that last one, the change in this is going to be like practically instantaneous without even having to pick up the iron, obviously. Apparently this is what I should do as my educational shorts / reel in the next couple weeks. Should be doing it right now while I'm doing this, but you know. Oh yeah, no wonder. It's like really far down there. Yeah, seam allowance. Okay, so the wrinkles are there because it was like pressed in, but so this was the side that was really bad. As you can see, it's like nice and flat now. This side still got a little bit of a wrinkle, but like I said, that's more because it got pressed in before. If I like actually manipulate it a bit more, it moves it out. And then like you can barely see them on the sides here anymore either. So yay for remembering that hack, because my goodness, does that, like I said, for such a low effort thing, it makes such a massive difference. Now would it be even low? Yeah, it'd be even like less effort if I'd actually done it to all of them at the beginning. But you know, I feel like I should do. I should film this actually, because I'm probably not going to make these again for a little bit. But I might be. I guess I've got pockets and everything. Yeah, I'll set myself up properly we'll do like one. leave myself one set of welt pockets to finish tomorrow just because of the... Could do that, actually. That's what I'll do. I'll do the majority of these. And then I'll do one... Leave one so that I can film it tomorrow. One of the ones that is, like, particularly egregious. I'm totally going to stab myself doing it that way. Okay, let's go at it from this direction. Pretty good, but not good enough. Pretty good, but not as good as we now know it can be. There we go. That's insane. Yeah, that one's pretty bad. So this is one I'll set aside to film tomorrow. Go. Remind me if I like set up to go and I'm like, why the hell is this one over here? Be like, Katie, you were going to film tips about the seam ripper. Hopefully I'll remember, but I don't trust myself right now to like remember that in detail with these shows coming up and everything. A lot of other details to like remember. So, yeah, so you're moving from something like this. Again, not bad, but like definitely wrinkled on the back here. So like this and that. Basically now I can just pull it and it'll straighten right out and be an even cleaner finish on the front. A little bit of a reposition for the bottom of the pocket as well is in order. There we go. There we go. Maybe not as vast of an improvement as a couple others, but definitely improved. So I haven't run into the one that needs the last piece of leather, so hopefully we do before the night is out. Not a big deal if we don't. Okay, that one's still going to be a little bit cranky, but that makes sense because it's really thick denim. Okay, I think this is about where we started it, right? There's a couple here that probably could use some TLC still. Blue. That one down at that end could. I could probably use some TLC. That one definitely can. I thought we started around there. Oh, weird. Do we not start until like well past the capybara? There we go. Yep. Interesting. Okay, so that is the pile there that doesn't need to be done. Okay, that one's as good as it's gonna get. did actually do most of these ones, so it must just be an ironing error at this point. So get it a little bit better coursed into its like shape it's supposed to be. There. This one looks like it could use some help, if that makes sense, because it's pretty thick denim. Might only need like one stitch picked out, it looks like. Yeah, there we go. That one needs to be popped. Fine. Good. Okay, so that side is fine, which tells me we probably did this one as well. But it looks like I could use a little bit more into like corner. Nope, can't go more into that corner without getting the stitching. We can into this corner, just a couple ticks. Maybe that'll help settle out the other corner too. Okay, considering that I have to be up and like coherent to do the kids' hair in the morning, I probably should go to bed. I want to keep going because I did really want to get these taped tonight, but honestly, cleaning up those welt corners is going to make the work a lot easier tomorrow anyway, so it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Basically what we'll do after this is I'll be cutting tape pieces. We take the neck zipper and then I plop it down and we tape it together and then I sew it and then we finish up the pocket on the back. So we're extremely close to having these finished. Probably like, that was probably the 2/3 of the way step basically. So I have a feeling that we should, in theory, be able to wrap up on them tomorrow night. Friday or tomorrow night I can also stay up a little bit later because I don't think there's anything too intense that I have to do for Friday for the kids' school, and it'll just be set up on Friday, which starts at like noon, so I can get a little bit of work done in the morning. Then I can get a little bit of work done in the afternoon because I'm only going to set up like racks and tables. And then yeah, so I think the end is in sight that we'll actually be able to get all these done. I hope. Fingers crossed. But it is bedtime, so I'll chat with you all in the morning. I do have an 8-kilometer run, so I won't be on until a little bit later, but earlier than today, closer to like 11 than like 12:30. So have a fantastic night, day, afternoon, wherever, whenever you are, and I'll chat with you all soon.